All right, I've started it, and I'm opening the live stream on my phone because I've already turned. Have I? Yes, I've already turned the volume down on this phone, but I didn't on this phone, right? Because I have two phones right now. And we are. There we are. No, wait, no, that was last week. Okay, wait, never mind.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
There I am too. I'm on the TV. Oh, and it's Johan. Hey. Johan.
Oh, but I should,
My apologies.
just a second, I have to unmute that so I don't hear us through my AirPods, too.
Yeah.
I almost forgot to mute YouTube. Hello, everyone.
Okay. Good.
Oh, and I got to check my handy-dandy cheat sheet. I don't think. Oh, yeah, I'm good on that until February. Okay.
Okay, now this phone is all the way, the volume is all the way down, too. So, yeah, I got a... part of that iPhone upgrade program, so I get a new phone every year, and so I'm in those 2 or 3 magical days where I have 2 phones. Feel like a millionaire. Whoops. And I'm also just dropping things randomly.
Oh, we're not even going to bring up the E word. There is no E word in today's stream. Today it's all about conlanging.
After all, there is absolutely nothing about what we do here that involves making decisions or polls or anything like that. So let's put all that nonsense behind us and talk about our most recent poll.
Which has been decided.
Yeah.
Votes have been counted. Sorry. Are we? Yeah, we're ready. We got 15.
Yeah,
people.
let's do it. It's all right.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like a big surprise, so go for it.
It actually, this week was close.
It was?
And yeah.
Oh.
Way closer than like the last probably 6 or 7 polls.
Oh.
And just so that way everybody remembers what we were voting on, we were talking about pronouns, whether they're going to have no distinction for number, a singular plural distinction. Sorry, we're talking about nouns, not pronouns. Pronouns are going to probably be marked somewhat similarly, but whether nouns would have no distinction, singular plural, or a singular dual plural. And the winner. No, wait, let's start at the loser. Sorry.
Hang on.
The loser.
Come here. Do you want to say hi?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we're going to keep you all on edge while we say hi to Meridian.
Hi. 1 second. I need to get my feet here so I can... No, first I could talk, but then I have to go outside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Mama. And Mom would always have help. Because we're going to cut pumpkin seeds.
Oh, nice.
I think your feet have grown, kiddo. I think your feet have grown. I mean, they're in there, but, you know.
Wait, my feet?
Yeah, your feet. Do you think they're going to get bigger as you get bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your feet get bigger like Jesse's and Daddy's.
That's right.
That is very right. It's awesome. I also like that you're all in purple today. Good color.
I'm not just purple.
Oh my goodness, and you have pink. Even better.
Pink
You know, that's my favorite. So.
Yeah, I always pink and purple is my favorite.
Oh, wait, what are we doing? I thought I was letting you off. Okay, where are you going?
Well,
You just playing around? You're just doing this? Okay. Ah! What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Don't you touch that. Don't you touch that. Don't you touch that.
I touched it.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay. This is getting too silly. Okay. All right. You skedaddle.
And actually, Logan's wife is processing pumpkin seeds to plant next year right now. So that's exciting.
Wait, what? Is doing what?
Logan's wife is processing pumpkin seeds to plant.
Is that how you do it? You have to do something to them? You don't just Toss them on
No
the ground?
idea. I accidentally grew a pumpkin vine one time, but that was from throwing out an old pumpkin into the compost pile. Then next year we had a pumpkin vine.
Did you rip it out, or did you, did you let it go?
We let it grow. We let it grow. And then
Did
we had
you-
little pumpkins.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you take pictures of them?
This was like when I was in Missouri. This was when I was, I don't know.
Oh,
12.
right. The days before smartphones. Yes, no, I know. Yep.
So no. Okay. So now I think you have all been waiting long enough for the results. But
That's
but the interlude was fun.
We've heard that a couple of times over the past 2 days.
Oh my gosh. So good. But we do have a clear winner here. Okay. So first of all, third place out of the 3 was no distinction. So that one was not favored.
And that is my favorite, let me tell you. I love doing no distinction. I hate number. I don't want to think about it. Ah. Oh well.
Well, you lost that one.
Yep, someday.
The second one, oh, by the way, you said you didn't realize how close this was. That one had 11 votes.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. Okay, cool.
Second place had 13,
Okay.
and that one was the singular plural.
Yeah.
The winner is singular dual plural, but it only had 16 votes, and
Whoa.
most of those came in the top tier.
They really wanted it. Okay.
They wanted it.
They wanted it. You got to give it to them. Okay, that's fine. I don't hate it, all right? Like, I don't hate it. But
I feel like that's a good way to start anything that you're about to lead up to a big but. I'm so not happy. Okay.
Oh, God. Now I have to think about doing a duel. That's all right.
It's going to be good, though. Because possums, don't their eyes... Don't some animals, like horses, their eyes are faced out enough that it's almost like 2 worlds? So, they would, like, actually have 2... Because they can't see anything right in front of them, so they'd have this half and that half.
There's
I
a
feel
word
like
for
it makes
that.
sense.
There's a word for that, and I think Logan knows it, and I definitely think Biblaridian knows it, so I'm glad he's not here right now because, we'd be ashamed. But yeah, you may be right on that. I have no idea if their eyes are forward-facing or side-facing.
I mean, I know they're kind of further to the sides. I just don't know how well they see.
They're very elongated, these heads, right?
They
They remind me of Spy versus Spy. You know what that is?
No?
From our era, but, Mad Magazine, Spy versus Spy. It had a moment. Like, there was even a video game, I think, like in the early 90s. I'm going to say mid-90s. Yeah, mid-90s. Anyway, let's see.
I feel like I'm just humoring you, but...
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
You may be right, you may be crazy, but it might be... Oh, no, it doesn't scan. That's Billy Joel. You may be right. Yeah, I may be crazy, and so on. That's a good one. Oh.
Okay.
Billy Joel. Okay, so this is just a random aside. Okay, so I'm learning Russian, right? And it's got, it's got like these soft signs, right? These palatalization things at the end of a word, and but specifically, it has them a lot for infinitives, which of course you use a lot. The infinitives, all of them, like most of them, end with like a T in the soft sign. But it doesn't actually sound like a palatal T. What it sounds like is a heavily, sharply aspirated T. And so, like, я живу is I live, but then the infinitive is живать. And it sounds like that, at least to my ear, it sounds like that. And it was so familiar, and I was trying to think, why is that so familiar? And it's because Billy Joel aspirates his final T's when singing like nobody I have ever heard. And so, like in this song, it's always, you may be right. Like it's, he just pushes it out there. Sometimes it almost sounds like a TS. Anyway, sorry.
So Biblaridian is here, and
No.
yes, we did mention you already.
No.
Because we were trying to figure out if possums could see straight forward or if their eyes are too far to the side, and if there's and what term it is for when the eyes are to the side and they see like this instead of straightforward.
Yeah.
Monocular vision.
Oh,
Thank you.
And so the whole thing that we were doing, right? Like, oh, sorry, the whole Billy Joel thing. So yeah, they were right. It was binocular vision.
No, he said monocular vision.
No, but I was quoting Applesauce Project. So you may be right, you may be crazy, but it just might be a binocular possum that you're looking for.
Oh, okay. I totally missed that reference.
That was good. You're not big Billy Joel? You? Like, that's our era.
No, like I know the big hits, but
Like,
I also don't remember lyrics very well, so.
man, I mean, it was like, Michael Jackson, Beach Boys, Billy Joel, Def Leppard for a little bit. But then we already talked about Def Leppard, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And you know what we're going to start talking about right now?
What?
Grammar.
Ah. That's kind of a cool thing.
We're going to start this. Because we were going to start it last time. And then the sounds just took longer. Everything always takes longer than you plan for, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And so I think we're here.
Whoa. Okay, so first of all, the Logan's throwing out stereoscopic vision now, which is a third term, and so far Bibbleridian has not gainsaid him, so I don't know if that's, it is what it is. And also, Ragdoll is throwing out, she's only seen him on Sex and the City. Billy Joel? Like, that's it? That's your context? Wow. I mean, he was in Oliver and Company. Do you remember Oliver and Company?
Oh, yeah. I actually saw that one in the theater.
Yeah.
The theater that you have to drive 45 minutes away for.
Yeah, no, I saw it in the theater too. That was good stuff. Okay, right,
okay,
grammar.
So I feel like I took notes last time because
if
you go down...
Stop everything. Oh no, that's Bon Jovi? Like you just randomly mixed up Billy Joel and John Bon Jovi? That man is a golden god. Have you seen him? Like, he's the epitome of man at every age. And you're mixing that up with Billy Joel? Are you serious? Whoa. What?
I think you all know how to get David off topic. Say something about music and...
But I mean, have you seen John Bon Jovi? Look at that man.
I have. And now... We're on the no, you're not on the page.
I don't even know what page I'm on.
Page 17 is where we should be because I was going to ask if you wanted to go ahead and formalize some of the notes because I was taking notes last time.
Let's please do that. I need to get my mind off of this. Unbelievable.
Off music, yes. Our tech is like, how to get David off topic? Talk.
That's what.
Sorry, Evan, I love it. Jessie doesn't remember very much, but now she whips out Oliver and Company.
Yeah, that one is reaching
on point, Evan.
But good Lord, when I was teaching, like I could tell when my students had figured it out. They'd just be like asking a question, and it's like, wait a minute, like what are the scorpions? And it's like you could tell like they even knew and didn't care. They just knew. They knew how to just get me talking for ages, and I
just done.
Not getting anything done. Okay, now number. Okay.
So, and also Logan says binocular visual fields overlap. Stereoscopic overlapping visual fields are used to calculate depth.
Okay.
Cool.
God damn it.
All right. So morphology and syntax. Oh my gosh. However, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because Il Silvertail, or is that 2 L's? However you say your username, had the exact same random thought I had going into this week, and that's about sensory inputs because possums are really, really heavily scent oriented because their sight is not very good.
Mm-hmm.
And neither is their hearing. I found out they actually have really bad hearing as well. So they're really all about the sense, which I think could be really fun in terms of how we approach, developing vocabulary for the things around them.
That is good to know. Actually, that is good to know. A few weeks ago. Can I just take a glance here? Just real quick. Huh.
are you oh shoot. Because their hearing isn't very good. And so they would have maximal distinction. Is that what you're staring at?
Yeah, I don't love some of these decisions anymore. We're not.
But I think we're not. No.
No.
I think the substance may have improved their hearing, but they're still going to like, the smells are still going to be what they remember about the world around them best.
Absolutely.
But like, I'm pretty sure their hearing was improved.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, back to morphology, because I got notes from last episode.
Okay, I also just want to really quickly make these guys red so that we remember that there are no central vowels anymore. And also, we have a long ah, don't we? We have a here. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm just.
Yeah.
It's just. I'm getting there.
And while you're doing that, how do you say your username, Silvertail? Because there's. And I can't tell if it's 2 capital I's or 2 L's right before your
Silvertail. Il Silvertail. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. And, but yeah, just go ahead.
Oh, Ragdoll is right. The opossums, the e-possums, or just the possums, evolved to talk, hear, and see better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There we go. But also, yeah, to just drive home the concern that I had. When you talk about sound change, it is really the acoustics that matter more than anything else. It's not articulation. It is acoustics. In other words, if it's heard as different, then you can latch onto that. And so you have to look at what is and is not in an acoustically salient position when discussing, is this type of a thing going to be lost? Is it going to be retained? Is it going to merge with something else? Is it going to, develop a secondary distinction? It's acoustic prominence. It's the whole thing. Anyway, so, all right. Go ahead. One more.
And it's LL Silvertail. Thank you.
Really?
And Biblaridian says that e-possum is to possum as grabbit is to rabbit. That's comment.
I like that.
Love it. Okay, so you had said, I had agreed,
yes.
At the end of the last stream that this would be an SOV verb final language.
Yes.
And, you're typing down there too. Okay.
Yeah, I was just typing that really quick, but because, okay, so here we go. All
because
right.
That's important.
Yes. LangTime is a head, let's say predominantly, because I don't want to lock us in, predominantly head final language. I'm not going to just say like straight off the bat that, adjectives have to come before the nouns they modify or anything like that. Especially since there seems to be a general preference for post-nominal adjectives just across the board. Okay. Oh, I had final language. So, what other notes?
And we'd said nominative, accusative with core case marking more minimal.
Right.
Because we had said that we had done the ergative absolutive, and so this would likely say nominative, accusative, but there would be minimal case marking. So I don't know if that's appropriate to put there, or if we need to go all the way back to the top and do the notes.
Accusative alignment. Let's do that. Okay, good. Very good.
All right. And then the last note probably goes at the top, and that's heavy applicativization.
Okay, yeah.
There was something else. Oh, somebody said somewhere, and I've lost the comment, but I'm going to go fix that vowel chart right now because you didn't put a space between the high back vowels. It was just commas. And so I fixed it.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you. I would have seen that later, and it would have driven me up a wall.
And so it's done. So thank you. And I still, somewhere. That's going to bug me. I hate it when I can't find the comments. Okay. So that was to wrap up what we had said last time. And I think we're ready.
Yeah, for some reason.
Ooh, Astavi. Oh no, I wrote this down somewhere. I'm going to get your name right.
You wrote it down? Like wrote it down?
Oh, Yeah, because I forget these things, and
That's
so
pretty
I
cool.
have to write down how to say.
You know what? I should write a note on my phone. This is how to do all the diphthongs of Dutch. I think maybe then I'd get it.
Except I don't think I transferred it over. Okay, so now I can't remember whether it's Astavia or stuff.
Yeah. Also, I want to plug this for everyone. This is following up on an earlier conversation that we had, but I want to plug this for everyone. So there's this amazing show called Puff and Rock. Oh, it's a kids show. It's an Irish cartoon, and it's about little animals that go on wee little adventures, and it is just an absolute delight. And it's been narrated by the guy from the IT Crowd, whose name I always forget. Chris O'Dowd. I think it's Chris O'Dowd. But anyway, it's just so delightful. Everybody has, an Irish accent, which is like, a slight little accent, except when you get to the occasional diphthong, like them saying the word no, nay, nay. And then what they do for ow, it's something like, obey it. I don't know. I can't even do that one. No, I need more study. I need to watch more Puff and Rock. Okay.
Sorry, I'm following up on a comment. It was all good.
Oh, I see what we're talking about.
And then this time I'm gonna put it clearly with my other list of pronunciations for live stream. Okay, so now not gonna sneeze, but we are going to potentially create a word or two.
As anime fan will know, in anime, if you sneeze, somebody is thinking about you.
Oh, nice.
That was it.
I guess I'm refusing to let them think about me because I'm not going to sneeze.
Yep, pushing it away. That is,
Not gonna do it.
It's it comes up in random animes, and it's like it's something that you're just supposed to already know. So like if you don't know it, it's super confusing.
And thank you, Astavi.
The other one, okay, this is the craziest one, and I am never gonna get this, but it's like if there's a character who is like suddenly like rather than blushing, their nose bleeds.
Oh.
Yeah. I do not get her like that. That's the weirdest thing.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, like there's no coming back from that.
Well,
anyway.
if they were like me, their nose would be bleeding all the time because I tend to blush very easily.
Right. Okay.
And so that would be problematic.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you want to start then?
I don't
We've
know.
got some basic decisions. We know number.
Oh,
we need some basic.
That's where we start. Okay, so this is the weirdest place to start. Absolute weirdest place to start. I will admit that. But we know that we're going to have a singular, a dual, and a plural. So
yeah.
Before we even get started, and this is, again, the weirdest place to start for a language. Let's come up with words for 1 and 2. Yeah, I know.
I don't even know who you are right now.
I know. I don't even know who I am. But it's like, okay, so they're both going to be basic. Yeah, we need to come up with words for 1 and 2. And at least 2 needs to be somewhat... Okay. All right, let's do it this way. Let's pull out some forms and play around with some potential suffixes to see kind of what we like. Wait, I already jumped to suffixes. Okay, no, hold on. Back up. Okay. I got it. Here we go.
Halion provides a suggestion to derive the words for 1 and 2 from nose and eye.
Is that a thing?
Oh, there's a suggestion.
I mean, no, that's... Dang. Okay, so like you saw that the examples I just wrote up, I was like, let's do one nose, two noses, three noses. Let's start with that. But then,
Oh, that's hilarious. I wasn't even looking at what you were typing because I'm on a different page in the document. I'm just reading comments.
it is Beatrice.
I'm paying attention now.
Uh, yeah, Sylvia is just a delightfully Valyrian name, and so I was like, that's got to be something, Sylvia. Um, but it's not Sylvia, isn't it? It's because it's an adjective, isn't it? It's Sylvie. Sylvie. Sylvie is the word for wise. And I don't know if Sylvia is the word for wisdom or not, because that would be kind of an irregular derivation, but might be something I throw in anyway just for flavor. I don't remember. But yes, essentially. Okay.
Okay, so you had said you jumped straight to suffixes. Do you want to discuss that jump?
I overjumped. I overleapt. I overleapt. I should not have done that. No, we need to discuss where the orders of these things. So we know our verbs are coming at the end. We know that. But
Right.
there's always modifiers, and then there's always kind of two levels of modifiers, right? There's like really, really heavily demonstrative-y, determining things, and then there's more, adjective-y, loosey-goosey things. And they can sometimes be in different orders, and orders that you wouldn't expect. And so, by the way, like, we both thought of the same thing for one. It's like, what is one? Well, there's a nose, and two, eye, here. So, and while I want to say it might be cool to derive those from those items, let's just not lock ourselves into that yet. Okay?
Okay.
Let's just stick with this right here. Okay, so with this head final language, with our darling little opossums that have better hearing than average opossums, are they
Right.
so? Are they saying, noses two have I claimed, or two noses have I claimed? In their smiting battle against noses.
While we think about that,
Okay.
Evan, so yeah, we do want like maybe prefixes, but also like our grammar notes showed that prefixes and or suffixes. Really, we just wanted things on the ends of either side of the words to interact with the boundaries.
Yeah. So Evan, I wanted to be super clear on that. So like, first of all, yeah, we're going to have prefixes, but we know for a fact that our verbs are going to be super prefix heavy. So we're getting those. The question is, there's also some interesting end of word phenomena that we have set up. And so it would be a shame if there were no suffixes anywhere in the language. So like, it doesn't necessarily need to be the case that these have to be the suffixes, but somewhere there should be a suffix somewhere. Anyway, so that's why I was just, just at a really primal level, I just wanted to get at like, do we want to say the noses two or the two noses? I don't know,
This is really hard because we haven't actually done
anything, right? Like
stuff on the language except for sounds. And so
this is the start. Like, this is where it's starting. I mean, we kind of already said
this is our
verb
sense.
final,
this is
like,
where we're going to get the sense.
Yeah.
And like, it's so hard. Oh, nice. Sorry. Yeah, you think about that. Well, I take my compliment from Halion. Halia.
What's the circumflex?
Halion.
What's the circumflex accent?
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Sorry. I was excited about that. Okay.
Halion.
I see some like postposed.
I see.
So like noses too, postposed. Okay, and then applesauce says two noses.
Ah, yeah.
Oh
Beautiful.
gosh. Okay, my tone is so marvelous. Young. Okay. Bibluridian says the nose pear.
Yeah, and then where does pear come from?
Well, we have to figure that out later. Aren't you just asking like
No, but like,
what order?
I think that what Bibluridian was suggesting is that we derive the dual not from the number 2, but a word for pair. But that like raises a separate set of issues. Here, just for a moment, I'm going to pull up the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization. Just give it a little bitty look-see.
Wait. Oh, you go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
I forgot. Check it out.
Oh, look at you. That is actually a different color. I'm sorry, color. Well, color and cover from the one that I have.
Second edition.
Is it better?
I don't know, but it's second.
What have I got here?
But no, I don't know what I'm looking up, but I was very excited because I was like, oh, I can go get mine.
Yeah. So it says first published 2002, copyright 2002. I don't see another date on here. I guess I have the first edition. Is that better? Like, how many pages is yours?
Mine was, the second edition was done in 2019. Are you going back to the final page?
Final
after
page.
The index?
What do you got?
Okay, just a second. I can't turn the page.
Uh-huh.
I'm too excited. My hands are shaking. 632.
Okay, this is not like, oh, we added a couple of things. Do you know how long this is? 387 pages.
Wow. And like the type is not big, so.
Ah. Okay.
Also remind me never to say, look at page so and so.
Yeah, really. Holy crap. That's a huge expansion. Like, okay.
Happy.
I
get so happy about books.
I'm glad Christmas is around the corner, I guess. Holy smoke. Like, you know, like, I mean, we both either are or have been professors. You know what it's like with some of these textbooks. It's like, oh, we came out with a new edition. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Right. Yeah, this is, I guess, significant. I didn't realize how significant,
Jeez.
but...
I feel like I'm missing out on,
also,
like, knowledge. Crap. Okay, sorry.
Out of curiosity, whose is yours by? Who is the author listed?
Bernd Heine and Tanya Kuteva.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, Bo Hong, Haiping Long, Heiko Narog, and Seonga Ray. I have 6 authors.
What? And they brought their own stuff to the game. Holy shit.
So that's
She's
another
inside.
difference.
Whoa.
So,
Oh,
okay.
she doesn't need to be quiet. Everybody loves her. But wow. Okay. Let me look in my little pamphlet here to see what it says about the duel. Jeez. That is.
This is the first time I'm actually using the book form and not just like typing in an electronic. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I only see 2.
Okay, so I'm not going to look mine up in here because otherwise you guys are just going to be watching me trying to figure out how to use my new book in terms of, do I use the appendix? Is there a different index?
No. There's a couple different appendices. What you need to do is you need to go to Target. So Target's on the left, Source is on the right, and then go to Dual.
Sorry. I thought you were telling me to go shopping. Go to Target. Okay, Dual. Oh.
Yeah.
From 2.
Do they have anything else?
That's literally the only thing listed?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Luridian, are you trying to throw me on my game? I know what you're doing. You're trying to get under my
Okay.
skin. You're trying to get in my head.
Okay, so I'm so glad other people took it the same way, because Jasmine and Ragdoll are like, yeah, I thought you were also telling me to go to Target. I was like,
That's just a usual thing you need to do with Ling books. Don't you go to Target to get to figure out where to look in it?
obviously.
You go to get a price check on underwear, and then ask them where in this book do I look to find the duel, and they'll tell you immediately.
Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah, you're throwing me off with this
I'm
pair
feeling,
thing.
which is more important, how many there are? Because if it's going to be head final, well, mostly, it doesn't always have to be. Should we do 2 noses, or should we do noses too?
Yeah. So yeah, back to the first question. How thin my book is.
Evan, you missed so much, but we have not made that decision yet. Making a decision was not something that happened.
Too nosy. Yeah. I mean, wildly. Okay. My only...
Oh, that is nicer light. Okay, that's exciting.
Huh? What?
I turned on light because it's starting to get darker outside.
Oh, Ragdoll. I feel that. That's tough. Okay, so the reason I was leaning towards noses too is this. I just have this opossum fellow in my head, and he's very old and doddery, and I don't even remember the word that I want there, but it just sounds more like he would say noses too. And thou must
And so
noses too bring me.
So, the feeling, and noses too, I will say, is what most of what was going on in the chat. And so, yeah, I think that's a good decision. Let's do it.
Okay. And I will call up Penguin Random House and see if they will consider releasing a spiral-bound version of my book.
That would actually be brilliant. Anyway.
Laminated. Sorry. Different world. Okay.
It is.
So,
noses too.
Noses too. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Noses too. Yes.
So now, did you want to come up with some words to build up around that, since we just figured out the order? We don't yet have a word for nose. We don't yet have a word for 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Are you like wanting, let's move that direction perhaps?
I mean, yeah. You're that is obviously the sensible thing to do. We should do that. I'm trying to think back to Arabic, because of course Arabic has words for 1 and 2. Ahid, Nain, Thalatha, Arba, and so forth. But like, why would they ever use it? Like, you just use the dual form of the noun. When do you ever just say 2, aside from counting?
That's a really good question.
I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So where would you take the word?
Okay, yeah, all right. Let's focus on something that we can actually do. Let us come up with our word for nose. The cute little twitchy nose of the cute little twitchy opossum. That is going to be our first word. And we can decide, if it's going to be one of the 3 canons or one of the 2 canons.
Well, that was honestly like my first thought was like our first word almost has to be Knan, right? Like that's.
I mean, because after all, it's not going to be the only Knan.
Exactly. Which is why we need to start with the Knan to see where we're going.
Oh, that's really interesting, Prince Vogelfry. That's really interesting. Arabic is not that way, but that's really interesting. Oh, you want to know? You want to know something? This is so. It's so silly, but also so good at the same time. So Arabic has masculine and feminine for its nouns, and that's it. And body parts that occur as a single are masculine, and body parts that occur in twos are feminine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So W. Watson says ksut.
Oh, of course, but it would be
which
ksut.
Would take.
Sorry.
I was just going to say the protoform would obviously have to be different to. Exactly. Gosh, I need to turn on my IPA keyboard to be able to do this language. I feel like in Gala, I got mostly away without needing the IPA keyboard on most of the time, and in this language, there's just no way.
Well, of course, the thing that usually helps with this is that we develop a romanization system. We haven't done that yet, and I
because we don't have any words yet.
There is that, but also like, there might be revisions, and that might actually affect our romanization system. But we should do that, shouldn't we? I just don't feel settled on those sound changes yet, and I feel like there might be something that happens that causes a truly like radical change.
Let's just say the fact that you started here means that we're not at all even close done to sound changes. You wouldn't have started here with counting words and one nose, two nose if you were happy with the sound changes. So let's just focus on getting some words.
You're probably right. Okay. So
and then we'll worry about the romanization.
Okay, so and then that's going to be actually going to become what did I just do?
You deleted everything.
Yes,
you did.
How did I do that? Okay, how do I type? Crap. Okay.
One of those skills that's hard to remember every now.
There we go. Can I get a quick price check on our sound changes in terms of what does and does not disappear?
I can definitely. Just a second, I have to make sure that this screen is still visible while I move my document. Okay. And so, because the schwa will disappear, but just a second. Drift backwards. Oh, that's stressed position. It's unstressed. Weak vowel loss. Central vowels are lost between consonants before the main stress of the word. So,
okay.
Right? So that's good.
So
the is not going to be lengthened because it's not voiced.
Okay, here's my super quick question, and see if you can answer this based on what you see. Okay, so we had the central vowels, and we know they're going. We know the barred I causes palatalization. Then we have these other two mid vowels, and Does end up causing palatalization, and does it disappear?
So, depends, because if they are in unstressed positions, the becomes an e.
Okay.
I'm bad at that one.
Ugh.
And so it will cause palatalization, but
Okay.
because it turns to a barred I first.
Okay, that means then we officially have only two canons.
Okay.
Unless we allow protoforms that just have two consonants at the beginning of a word as well. Then
we have not discussed that option.
We haven't.
But that is...
We haven't. Wow.
Actually, should we stop for just a second? Because that's going to really make a difference for everything else we make in this language.
Shoot.
Proto-syllable structure. Do
You're
you want
right.
to start with the assumption that there can be consonant clusters? And if so, what sort of sonority hierarchy or combos would be allowed?
Yeah.
Because I see that Yuan is like only 2 canons, and like I think that people maybe
They're aching for that third canon.
well, one person said it was actually shameful that we were only having 3 canons.
I know.
So I've lost the comment, but I saw it and it was good. It was well noted. W. Watson says probably proto CVC.
I mean,
In Hollywood, they want a whole conundrum. Okay, that was good.
welcome to the opossum conundrum.
Okay, that's kind of lovely. Okay, so what are you thinking about proto-consonant clusters?
Let's write up for reference sonority hierarchy, right? So it's voiceless stops, voiced stops, right? Voiceless.
I'm down in the sound change. Oh, there we go. It's
Voiced.
the video is behind for
Is this
me,
right?
so I'm waiting for all the things you're typing to show up on YouTube.
Where are nasals in this thing? What's this stupid sonority hierarchy? This is like my jam. How have I forgotten this?
Well, nasals would come before approximants. Because when they're on the outset, they would be approximants nasals as you decrease in sonority.
Yes. Should fricatives come after approximants? No. No, right?
No.
No.
Approximants should be right by vowels.
Nasals. Right? Is that right?
I'm going to just scroll up and see. Voice stops. Oh, you put the nasals before the fricatives?
I did, but
I would put them right before the approximants.
then
Isn't
that's
that the typical?
I hope so, because I it's something that I should have committed to memory long ago, right?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good. I was right. So it's plosive, fricative, nasal, lateral, rhotic vowel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we got it.
I mean, if you,
Sorry.
yeah.
Prince Vogelfry. I cannot even. Okay, so if we go by this, and then of course we have the question of consonant clusters on both sides, just in onsets. We wanted to lean into the consonant clusters, right? Like that's...
At least initial consonant clusters. I was...
Okay, but then here's another question before you keep going, and I just cut you off.
Sure.
If we do, and this is not something we tested, and I feel like this is going to end up being like, welcome to Grammar Day, Phonology Part 6. Because we didn't test any protoforms with consonant clusters, which means what are we going to do when there are 3 consonants in terms of vowel deletion, right? Because it's still going to be unstressed. If it's at the front of the, if it's in an unstressed syllable, we lose a vowel. Suddenly we've got 3, 4 consonants, and we haven't discussed what happens with particular consonants in particular combinations.
Yeah, I thought that we were putting that aside because we were going to try to get some words first.
Right.
Because that was going to be the situation where we would get those 3 consonant clusters.
Mm-hmm.
But then now we're talking about this, which means we're going to get to it even earlier.
And Josh, I see your comment. And yeah, obviously we don't conlang well during this whole election, but we're here and we're having fun. So, okay, your Yoma says to just lean into it. Full New Hulk madness? We're non-langing. Oh my gosh. You guys in the puns, like, you have no idea how happy this is making me.
Yeah, I live for it. Okay.
So, and you know what? Yuan says triple clusters. That's where the fun begins. Let's do it. Let's say CCVC is the proto option for syllable structure.
Yeah, CCVC. And you want to just go ahead and say, at that stage, sonority hierarchy, plain vanilla?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I never really make a note about that type of thing.
You really should.
I should, yes. Okay. You know what? I need a little something right now. I need a little pick-me-up.
Is it time already? We haven't made a single decision.
No, we haven't.
Time for the inspiration. And you're not even going to cheers me?
Oh, come on. When it's time to choose, tink. Choose Copico.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Staring at this. And I'm going to look in the document. Mine is not opening as easily. I may have to actually get scissors. Whilst you're doing that, did you really not have, there's the orthography, stress. Like, yeah, why not stress, tone, syllable structure for protoforms?
What's being discussed right now?
I think you should add a section to your grammar document.
Oh. It's just
like that. Just, it seems like, I get that you like to keep things in your head, but
I mean, it's the thing is, it's type of information that's useful for me, but not useful for some other person looking at this, you know.
But useful when you're doing a live stream about conlanging and you don't remember how protoforms are supposed to be formed.
Oh yeah, huh? I guess that is what we're doing, isn't it? Here, let's.
So.
All right.
You're not sending this off to just somebody random. This is.
You're right.
This is now part of the process.
Yes, and you know what? We're not having tone in this language, so protoforms.
I'm still trying to.
We're rolling with C, V, C, and sticking with strict sonority hierarchy for those double C's. Important question for you.
Yes.
Say you're putting up a letter like C that stands for consonant, and you want to talk about 2 or 3 of them.
I don't use the apostrophe.
All right, fine. You know what? This is your document, so. But
This is my section. Okay.
I really want that apostrophe. It looks bizarre, but that's all right.
You want the apostrophe?
I want the apostrophe, but we're not doing the apostrophe. I need to get used to it. No, you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. I need to get used to it. I am probably well outside the mainstream on this thing. It's gone. It's okay. If you can look at that, if you can look at that and say, that is beautiful, then I'm fine. Then I'm fine. You happy with that?
I'm happy with it because it's minimal.
Wow.
Minimal is better.
Got me with my own thing. All right. Cool.
I sure did.
All right. Well done. Okay. Okay. So back to the pursuit of Canaan. Okay. So we could have. Okay. Here we go. Let's write down all the options here.
I'm trying to find where we are. I think at the end of this episode, we really need to clean up all of our sound pages of just trial and error.
Yeah, because we don't need those anymore. We shouldn't. Okay. So we've got 3 canons. Is there a way to get another canon? I think that's it. I think that's only the 3 canons. Okay. I mean, that's still fun, right? We can still be fun and cool with only 3 canons.
Surely.
I think so. That's a lot of canons, all right?
It really is. And I mean, there will be other ones eventually, so like other homophones. Okay. Because we don't have any vowel lowering, right? We don't have any stressed vowel lowering to ah.
No.
So this is it.
Yeah. That's a fun thing to do, though, later on. Like, for future languages, vowel lowering. That can be fun. Let's think about that for a
for the dogs.
Yep. For the dogs. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We already have something for the dog language. There's going to be vowel lowering. There it is. Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you. Okay.
Writing it down.
All right. Now, and this is the most important question, and we absolutely have to throw this to all of you. Are we going to give one of our canons to the word for nose? Because if we do, first that's one gone, but also then we could have a lot of fun with synonyms, because one of those synonyms is going to be nose and the other 2 have to be ridiculous.
So, I think we should go for the protoform that is the simplest, non, just K-N-A-N, because the word for nose is,
Very
one
simple.
syllable.
Yeah.
Easy.
Also, I think there's the potential for hilarity if something like the word for sword or weapon or stick or club or something is also kanon, so that they can tell all of them to grab their canons.
Oh my gosh. Then it could be like offensive or something if you like touch your nose in company, because that's touching your weapon, right?
Yes.
Like, got my eye on you.
I will touch my canon at him, which is an insult to him should he bear it. Oh.
Okay.
I shouldn't laugh so hard with Kopi.
With Kopi, we're disrespecting.
I'm trying not to spit it out.
I know. Okay. And that is it. All right. Kanon the first. The first Kanon is now nose. This is too much. Okay. I don't know why I deleted the word noses, because that's just the English.
Psycho Donkey. This language is bananas.
Oh, man. Oh, I want all of Romeo and Juliet with opossums, too, because, like, I've seen the kind of outfits that Jesse can put on animals, and I think it would just be really darling to have these little opossums in very, like Romeo and Juliet style outfits.
I'll work on that.
Come back tomorrow and you shall find me a very canon man.
I mean opossum, that's right.
Okay, got an idea for my next drawing.
Nice.
And Jake says hana in Japanese is both flower and nose. Oh.
Oh, that is nice.
So we could have flower, nose, and weapon.
Oh, flower. Doubles is the word for arrow, as in bow and arrow in Hawaiian.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they're not like, just accidental homonyms. Like, it was a metaphorical extension.
That's interesting.
Oh, so.
I'm curious what's going on.
Nutrients.
What's going on with the 2 equals noses? I think it's just a typo. I think the equals. I was like, am I missing what you were going for?
I was testing you.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this here.
Yes.
Oh wait, we don't know what this is, and
We don't.
so that way I don't know if we're actually going to be marking singular itself or if that's the unmarked. I just want to remind myself that it's Kanan something.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom one is probably 3. Right?
Oh yeah, we're not doing singular plural right now.
Yeah.
It probably is 3. You're right.
Let's see.
Okay. Oh, LL Silvertail saw the same thing.
All I can think
Got
of is
it.
LL Bean. So like LL Silvertail is it's like a store for foxes. Can you imagine?
Oh.
A high-end
that
store
would be
for
nice.
foxes? Oh. Okay. Idea for fox
Now we
language.
need.
Yeah.
We need words for 1 and 2.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
This is where we started
The word
27 minutes ago.
Yes, the word for 1 obviously is not going to be super important unless we end up using it for something else, but it's not going to be like a singular like suffix or whatever. So what do we got?
I mean, all sorts of options. In terms of, did you want to have it come from body part or?
I was just thinking make it up. Like,
Just make it up, just straight up, like not even from something.
yeah, because I think you can do that with certain of the numbers. I'm
Then let's do it. Let's come up with a 1.
yeah. How small do we want it to be? I mean, what are you thinking? CVC, CV, VC?
Oh my god, I was gonna blow your mind away and just suggest a V.
Okay. Well then.
I was going there.
Dang. That's really bold. Like, I mean, like I don't want to oversell that, but I mean, wow, that is out there. Okay. We got to do it now.
And I would like to say that Tanguy is on board and just wants barred eye. Let's see what happens with the barred eye.
Of course, Donkey is on board. What's the word? I mean, in French, that's 1.
So,
Okay. What is barred eye? What does it come out as? Does it come out as
Are you asking me what?
Yeah.
What?
Were you still on the sound changes? Why would I think you were still on the sound changes? That was ages
I
ago.
was not. No.
Okay.
I will now go there. Now I see that you're asking me what happens. Just a second. Stressed position. The comes to it's the high back vowel.
Okay. Kanan. That's good enough for me.
At some point, we're gonna have like an entire live stream where you're just gonna teach me how to do these vowels, so that way I can actually produce them. But we're not gonna do it now, so don't even start, 'cause it's gonna take me a while to actually get my pronunciation, and I have kopiko in my mouth, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Just do ooh and then do this.
Yeah, it sounds easy, right? And then you tell your mouth to do it, and it just doesn't.
Mm.
Another day when there's no kopiko.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Now that wow. Gosh, that is just like when you're watching the red carpet or something, and there are a lot of really, really great dresses, and they're like, oh wow, that person looks really good, but then somebody has a dress that's just like, they did that, and it's just like, whoa. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing with that. Wow. Okay.
Beautiful.
Whew. We're cooking with grease now. Okay, so now we've done that. 2.
Oh,
Yeah?
wait.
Oh, yeah?
Because Alk just made me remember. We came up with this word for 1. Are we sure this is our word for 1? David's not looking.
What?
Yes?
What?
This is our word for 1?
Yes. What? Why? What?
Got you.
Why?
We should go to the number chart and fill it in now. Because remember in Ngala, we forgot that we already came up with numbers.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, but we don't have the we don't have the romanization yet.
No, but we could at least put it in IPA so that
Okay.
way when we do have the romanization, and you can even make it a different color so that way it stands out so you know that you need
Sure.
to go back and fix it.
Okay. Oh.
But thank you, Alk, because I would have otherwise forgotten.
Okay, so just take a look at that and look how it just didn't change in the font. Like you could bold and italicize it, and now, like that's just wow. You can do that crazy character and have it just be a part of your. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I would never make that a part of a romanization. But my, does it look nice? Okay.
It looks beautiful. I mean, I would love to just type this language in IPA, but
Yeah.
alas.
I know.
Alas. Okay.
It's going to be so much easier once we have the romanization. Trust me. It's going to be easier. Okay.
Now we can go back.
Yes.
And now we can think too.
Yes. Okay. So what? I was supposed to say what channel are we on? What page?
Page 9 is where our note is for Canon 2.
Okay. Okay.
And so
Now this, of course, is the much bigger decision. Tell me you didn't hear that.
I did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know if anyone else did though, so
Okay, if nobody else heard anything, I imagine they'll be saying something if they heard it.
ragdoll her.
No.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, baby.
And my vampire's like, well, I could, but I'd be lying.
I'm so sorry, baby. Like 12 years from now. Good lord.
We can just move on.
Okay.
It was a moment.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
2. Where do you want that? Is this going to be just a base word, or is it going to come from something?
No, let's make it a base word. Let's make it a base word. Let's make it a base word, and I don't want to derail us too much, but since this is absolutely, we know that this is going to become a suffix, I would like us to create one more word that ends with a vowel.
Okay. Yes. And I'm just typing what Alk suggested, but we can keep that. I have to check and make sure everything's right in terms of sound changes. But we can keep that root to modern form for a later word.
Oh, by the way, things just froze for me, so my live stream is about to unthing itself. But that's what you have a second phone for. Yes. Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay, maybe this isn't a smart idea. Maybe I should just refresh.
How do we do the retroflex? No. Oh, there we go with that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right symbol. What about like that for 2?
Okay.
As the proto.
What happens to at the end of a word?
It's stressed. It's unstressed. It's gonna raise to E.
Uh-huh. Okay.
No, it would just be C. Okay.
That's kind of cool. What
C.
what happens to sh when it comes after certain types of consonants?
One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I forgot about some of our names. Unification. I really forgot about that. Retroflex assimilation. But nope, that only affects the sibilants, so nope. I don't like anything. I mean, if they get smashed together, something's going to happen because of the nasal in front of it.
Yeah. What happens
But
there?
otherwise, I don't see anything that would just affect the proto-retroflex without having palatalization. Or wait, this would get palatalization, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So that would help. So it's going to become palatalized, which means it's going to be, it is going to become the voiceless palatal fricative. He.
Voices. He. Okay.
Are you doing that? Wait.
Here.
Yes. No, I read that right. I read it right.
Here, I'll jump down there too to double check because
It's rule number 7. Called palatalization 2.
Okay. Let me just Okay, these.
So the E would have already caused.
Okay, actually, I also want to throw something out. By the way, I think, and I'm really sorry for this. I think I'm gonna lose. I think I'm gonna lose the live stream. It's just not coming back. But do we?
And you just mean on your phone, right? Like you just can't see it on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to consider moving stress to the end of the word?
Isn't it already?
No, sorry. By the way, I moved to phone 2, and I think that I am back. Yeah, I seem to be moving. No, for these suffixes specifically. In other words, do we want to say that the way that they say this, something like noses too, would be strong enough to pull main stress to the end of the word?
Okay, question. Because we've recently done a language where we did some really fancy stress shifts that we had not intended when we started the language.
Yeah.
In Gala. And do you want to go there again? If you do, then I think it would potentially make sense, especially if we were treating the numeral as really almost the head of the phrase.
So I let me just add that even if I didn't communicate it, I did intend it. I was planning those stress shifts from the beginning. That's the exciting part.
And you just never said. Okay, so then yes, if you want the stress shifts in our language, yes. Let's do it.
I thought it would be interesting. Okay, so what this would mean is that rule number 2 is going to apply right away, because we've essentially we've glominated this thing, right? So sorry, and then since that stress is pulled all the way to the end of the word, the rises to e, so gananshi. Central vowel annihilation, right? Vowels lengthened before voiced codas. Oh. We're going to need to revisit Rule 4, but not right now. The vowel U becomes palatalized, blah, 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 blah. Consonants also palatalized before hyphen vowel E, so now that gives us kananshi. Yep. Palatalization spread, not relevant. Palatalization 2, that's already, yeah, essentially the shi is becoming hi, yep. Yes. Nasal goes to alpha place before something that's alpha place, so our nasal is going to become palatalized too, so kananshi, yep. Voicing assimilation, a consonant will spread its voice feature to an adjacent consonant. Minus nasal, okay. Right. Sonorant goes to minus voice. liquid consonant will do voice after a fricative. Okay, that's fine. Retroflex assimilation, it's not relevant anymore. Fricative partition.
Oh, while you're doing that, Halion asks a good question. I'm still working on that, the falling tone there. Because, where'd it go? The alphas, there we go. So what that means is for like looking specifically at rule number 10, where any consonant that is a nasal, or 11, which is, now it's 10. Any consonant that is a nasal is going to change its place location when it's in front of another consonant. And really what that just means is we don't need to specify every place it could be and what it could become. It just needs to match in place. And so the alpha is really a placeholder to say these two features now need to match.
Yeah, and by the way, you can get really cool with these things, and sometimes it is relevant for a language. You can put like negatives in front of them, and so it would be like a dissimilation rule where you say like it'd be a really weird rule, but you could say like a consonant goes to alpha voice before something that is negative alpha voice. And it would mean that it would always take the opposite voicing feature of whatever followed it. I think this is probably relevant for that weird rule in Latin where like the R's and L's have to dissimilate. So you don't get morer, you get moral, and you don't get molal, you get molar. Anyway.
That would be, it's hard enough for me when an R and an L come in the same word anyway, but then to have, it's bad.
Yeah, shout out
if you
to
throw
the
a W
world
in there too, I'm just done. I really do not like the word world.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I have to really think about it.
And then, like putting it in songs, that's the worst.
The worst word in English for me to have to say quickly without thinking is walrus. Got to do it slow.
Oh, walrus.
Sounds beautiful.
There we go. I've had some practice.
Standing alone. Walrus.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Jerwussi. That's your name if it's terrible. Jerwussi. 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 Huh? Do you like it? It's your new name.
I don't even know what just happened.
Jerwussi.
No idea what just happened. I was reading comments and there we go. Refurbish. Biblaridian says that's the worst word in English. Okay. Did you work through all of the rules and are you happy with the decision to have stress shift to the end?
I kind of wanted to look at it a little bit more, so I'm going to play with it a little bit up here. So, wait, Biblaridian, you ain't got an American accent. Is this something like, when you say it, refurbish? Is that how you say it? Refurbish? Refurbish? And do you have a problem with, of course, the greatest conlang of all time, furbish?
So, do you want me to stay in the sound changes?
On
my document?
No.
I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I can see. I'm just a little behind in terms of being able to see.
Sure. Okay. So let's say that this. Oh, that's right. Okay. So, I know for a fact that in this word, in the dual, no, I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. Never mind.
I'm really curious what you do and don't know.
So, we didn't come across this phonological environment just yet. We had intended for these, I think we intended for these vowels to be lengthened in stressed position before voiced codas. But what if that occurs not at the end of the word? So can you go to Rule 4 and just take a look
staring at it?
Yeah, and just give me your sense of it. Like, what did we
I think it makes more sense for it to be for stress only. I think all of the words we were testing it on, it was like a one-syllable word, so boom, stress.
Okay.
And so for me, it just seems to make more sense to say, wait, no. The rule itself. No, you don't. You use this. Never mind. You use the pound sign differently than I do. I was like, that's a
I
word
do?
boundary, but you just meant coda.
No, it's a word boundary.
Okay, so
Did
you say
you
before voice codas,
think
but
I
then
used-
there's a pound sign there.
Did you think I used the pound sign for something other than a word boundary?
Well, in the description, you say they lengthen before voice codas. You do not say they lengthen before voice codas at the end of a word.
Because it was in the rule. Like, wow. What did you
So-
think of me? Like,
I was judging. I had some thoughts.
like, are you like over there thinking like I'm the type of person that puts like, I don't know, mayonnaise on fries?
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Okay.
It's a very European thing.
That is a very that's how to put a positive spin on it.
Okay, so yes, so we're good. So Knan would not lengthen.
Okay.
That vowel would not lengthen if they had come together first. So if these two came together before we ran all of these rules.
So then we have an unlengthened vowel, and so two kanans are kananhi. Kananhi. I like that. I really like that.
That's nice.
Kananhi.
I'm
Yes.
still typing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good. Okay. So now, again, I really do want to take a small break and come up with another word, any other noun that ends in a vowel. And we can absolutely start with really basic body parts. That's fine. We do a word for tongue. That's easy, and that might get us part of the way to a word for language if we wanted to go in that direction. But something that ends in a vowel, that's not going to disappear.
Waiting. Well, I guess I can go stare at the unku is what Jake says. Yuan says "Yi."
Oh, someone asked way back if a velar nasal can be in onset position, and remember that it's not a protophoneme, so it's not really an issue.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna go put our word for two. I'm gonna
Good
just
deal.
do the protoform down
Good
in
deal.
the chart, and
Yeah.
we can mess with that later. Are you keeping up with comments?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because there's lots of suggestions there. I'm just
Yeah.
adding two. Oh, that did not.
Remember that we don't have long vowels in the proto language, and let's try. I don't know. It's like CVC or something. Don't let's not mess around with things that are super short right now.
And when you say CVC, you mean CV, right? Because you want it to end in a vowel.
No, I meant VCV. My sincere apologies. Something VCV, all right? Or CVCV. Something like that.
I'm gonna.
Actually, that's kind of interesting. Ede for what? Ede for what?
Well, were we gonna do tongue, or
Ula.
is it?
Ula is
Ula?
great for tongue. Ula is great for tongue. I like that. Ula, yeah, ula.
Let's do it.
Okay. And, all right, yeah. Let's do it. Okay, tongue, ula. So let's take this. And let's have a very small, brief discussion about your use of single quotes versus double quotes.
That's right. Threw down my pen.
No.
I'm fixing it.
Look, no. You keep it. But I just couldn't remember what the distinction was. I know we've discussed this before. What is the distinction in your mind?
like it's like in my mind. You're right. It is in my mind because nobody knows when to use single or double quotes ever, but in my mind. So whenever you're defining what a root means, I always just do single quotes. Double quotes for me is like you're quoting something.
Huh. I mean, I only use single quotes, just like, quoting within quotes, nesting.
Oh yeah, you need to do it that way too, sure.
And that's its only function for me.
I think because I stare at etymologies a lot in like, Oxford Dictionary and things like that. They use single quotes every time they give like a Latin word or a base or a root, and then they use single quotes. And so like I think in my head it was just like when you talk about a word, single quotes, but when you talk about, like quoting something, it's double.
Awesome flex.
So that's how it's working up here.
Okay. Probably nothing's happening to Ula, right? Like it's just.
I would like to say that Keras says single quotes are for glosses or direct quotations, and double quotes are for definitions of meta-language terms. That's how it's used.
That is
in linguistic literature.
That is a cool distinction, but it is not something that I am familiar with.
Okay, so I need to go back to the sound then because we need to see what happens, right? Or is it just going to be urashi? Is there anything?
First the question was, does anything happen to just this on its own? So protoform ula, does anything happen to that?
I feel like we have so many rules, by the way, it's going to take me a while
to
remember all of them.
Let me do it.
But I don't think anything happens to the high back vowel. I think everything causes other vowels to become it.
Yeah, because it's only codas. It's only codas, not stress and then a voice thing following it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything that would happen to it.
Okay, good.
And nothing would happen with the ah.
Okay, and so then I think lashi. I think that's it.
Ooh. I gotta say, like, I get that we're gonna use a romanization. I get it. But doesn't that just look really nice?
It really does. It's quite pretty, but
with all the descenders and
that's a lot better. So like,
I'm waiting for it to show up. I'm still in the rules.
So just get used to that because that's eventually going to happen. I saw that expression. I saw that little nose wrinkle. Yeah, I'm serious. That's what it's going to be. Like
HY?
Yeah. That's the best way to do a palatal fricative.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
Never.
How would you do it?
Probably just because I'm thinking German, a CH.
But we already have to do that for cha.
I know, but if we don't have a cha, then...
We do.
Do we in this language?
Don't we?
I thought we didn't.
Don't we? But also, like, I mean, Americans are just too familiar with cha. Like, they don't know, himi or anything like that.
What would they do with that?
They would pronounce an H with a Y following it and would automatically get to a palatal fricative. Yeah.
Okay. I will get on board with it.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
No, not at all.
We should probably discuss the romanization. So, because I have a feeling it's gonna hurt.
Only one of us. Okay, so we good? We good on 2?
I think so. I think that's it.
Oh, and Jasmine actually agrees with you. Oh, Jasmine. I felt that one. I felt that one. I'm a twice loser now. Or a loser he.
Okay.
Okay. It's okay, Jasmine. I still feel you. We'll get back on pace.
Okay. So you already, by the way, added this protoform to our number chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since we're here, do we want to just do a word for 3 just to have one?
We should. I will also say, by the way, that those 2 particular characters do not bold and italicize in the font.
Yeah, most of them don't. I mean, most of the IPA
So
doesn't.
I took away the bold and the italicization, so that way it didn't ruin the font. So we'll have to add it back in when we romanize it.
Yeah, I would say just leave it. It's a nice way to motivate you to actually get a romanization done. When you see a bunch of ugly stuff, right, and you just are just like, I'm not about this, Okay.
I will go change it back to the ugly font. Okay. A word for 3?
Yeah.
A word for 3.
I'm seeing that too, right? Applesauce Project. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, right?
I am, yes.
I don't. Oh, that's cool, Karis. Let's see.
Where is
Oh, I get it. It's puns.
Oh. We're not reading that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Edit could be 3.
Edit. Ooh, I do like that.
I like that too. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens to that. If we run it through the ringer.
Okay. So go ahead. So it's going to be epsilon d epsilon. Is that correct?
The protoform, yes, but I believe that the modern form is going to be Eddy.
Well, just a second. I'm running it through here.
Oh, but then it'll palatalize. Eddy.
There's going to be a whole thing, because first the unstressed vowel, the unstressed epsilon, needs to become a barred I.
Yes.
Then the stressed one becomes an I. So that's the first change.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
First 2 changes.
Okay, E.
Now, okay, nope. Now we go ahead and do palatalization.
Uh-huh.
And so...
Is it lost? Is it lost? Is the final vowel lost?
The final vowel is not. It's going to be D, palatalized D, I. I feel like you're just staring at me.
Wait, but hold on. Wait, no. In unstressed position, it only does that before the main stress.
It does what? Becomes lost?
Becomes the barred I. The becomes barred I only unstressed before main stress, right? Or did we change it?
Right, and wouldn't this be a situation, or is the first syllable stressed in this situation?
No, the first syllable is stressed.
I swear we had final stress at one point.
No. We have final stress when it ends in a consonant and penultimate stress when it ends in a vowel.
So never mind. I take back like everything I said to you.
Okay.
And so it would then be ID barred I. And
wait, how's it becoming barred I at the end of the word?
I don't. Just 1 second. I swear.
Hold on, I'll jump there.
The Copico has made me sugar high.
Oh yeah.
And now.
Okay. Let's take a look. Okay.
Unstressed. Well, if it's unstressed, the barred I would end the word because the epsilon would become E, right?
Let's add the very first segment of the word.
Rule number 1.
before the main stress. Rule number 1 does not apply.
Because it's before the main stress only. Oh my gosh.
It's all good. It's all
And
good.
we said that like 3 times.
Yeah, it is totally okay. Rule number 2 applies. So we have ide. Ide.
Right.
Okay. Rule number 3, not yet relevant.
Not. Mm-mm.
4, no.
Nope.
5,
No.
no.
Because there's still an
Wow.
epsilon at the end of the word.
Yes, that is right. Okay, so then all of this stuff does not apply.
Between consonants, no.
Doesn't apply.
When do we lose? Is it all the way down at 21 that we just lose?
I'm going. But it's not a
It
central
just
vowel.
drops. It would just be eat?
No, it's not a central vowel. It doesn't drop.
Oh, it's not. So we keep the epsilon?
Ide. Word final and word initial and become e and respectively. It becomes e. Ide. Ide. Ide.
Wait. Which rule is that?
18.
Oh, polar vowel polarization. That's right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, we got this.
Wait, wouldn't it just be Edie?
Yes,
Yes, okay. I thought you said something else.
I did.
Okay.
I said Ide because it's retroflex.
Because the D is retroflex.
Because it is retroflex.
It sure is.
Okay.
We are good.
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting in the number?
I was actually waiting to see if you were going to put it in. So here, I will put it in.
Oh, I wasn't even on that page. I was still
Got
down
it.
in the notes of
Got
the.
it.
That's really funny. KF.
Okay, good. Next, so we came out with a word for 3. That's good. Actually, let's do. Is that how you? No, that's how you do it. Okay.
Okay.
We're good there. Okay.
Did you not want to count noses?
No, not beyond 2, because there could only ever be 2. Sorry. I will get on that. There. Pristine.
Okay.
I like that. Ulashi. Ulashi? Yeah, I like that. I really like that.
Aren't you happy we're working on a possum language?
Yeah, and I'm softening to the dual now, having a dual. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay.
All right. So, I feel like you wanted to get this done to go somewhere else. What were we
I don't even know.
trying? Oh, we were really just talking about coming up with first words, and you wanted to start here potentially.
Yeah.
Did you actually want to formalize any sort of singular, plural kind of things, or leave it at this and start thinking, because we're in our last 20 minutes, if you want to start thinking,
Yeah, I know.
what are people going to be voting on?
Well, okay, so I'll tell you this. I'm now. Is there. We don't have any, like. Do we have something that makes that that makes it special, like some sort of consonant that changes it somehow. Like I see that we're it's palatalizing, and that's great and that's cool, but is there some other way that a consonant would cause a following retroflex to change in some way?
Okay, are you talking specifically for that dual? That's what we're focusing on?
This is why.
Okay.
If we did come up with like a binary case distinction, very simple case distinction, we could actually have something really cool happening in the dual accusative, if that's what the case ends up being.
Okay.
Because the difference between the accusative and nominative would be happening before the suffix is added.
Okay.
And that could potentially be cool, but I don't know if we set up any of these cannons to fire.
And what specifically?
It would be like, imagine if, for whatever reason, like, I don't know.
Because
mm-hmm.
well, what I was asking was you specifically though were focusing on, is there anything that could change that palatal fricative, right? Like, is that what you wanted to know? Is there an environment that would make it change?
I think I got it. Yeah, yes, but it had to be something that occurred before it.
Okay.
Ooh, wrong way.
But you think you got it?
I think I do. Did we just pass over the first of the month, like recently? We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
I need to do a bunch of stuff for Patreon. Didn't even think of that. And everybody should join our Patreon. Woo! That's my advertisement.
The podcast was posted.
That's right. I love our podcast. Okay, so no, I guess we do. Ooh, we do have it. Okay, so imagine if somehow, like, the thing that was going to be happening in this second case was just adding a T suffix somehow. And then that T suffix is occurring before this sh, and then it's palatalizing. And so you end up with kya. Like a palatal stop. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe even, would it be an affricate? Is it too much to have a palatal stop and also a palatal affricate? Is that too much? I feel like that's too much.
Just like stop and stare. Is that too much? I didn't freeze. I'm still here.
It sounds awful. Like kya versus
I think
kya.
Yeah, no, especially because we have that full palatal series. I think we're full up on the palatals.
I think we are too. You're right. Okay, never mind. Maybe this just isn't a thing. Maybe it's not something that I need to worry about. It's a fun idea for a different language at another time. We don't need to.
It is, but also, like, I also want to say maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, because maybe there is still something. We're just not there yet.
Maybe. Okay.
So I mean, it could still be a thing.
Okay. So the reason that I wanted to do this was that so that we can have some nouns to play with as we moved on to verbs and talked about verbs. So, I mean, at least we do have 2 nouns. That's nice. And then we do have 1 inflection. We knew that we wanted to have some really minimal case system that has to be reified in some way. And we need a plural.
Yes. Wait, what sources? Oh, wait, you just had an idea. Go.
I did. What if our minimal case system was not nominative accusative, but rather nominative genitive or nominative possessive, something like that? And then our plural was built off the genitive.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's my idea.
So, well, my idea was way simpler.
What was yours?
Okay, the plural was brought off of genitive. Okay. I was writing down what you said so I wouldn't forget.
I mean, we should probably write it down here, just as an idea. Here, I'll write it down anyway. I'm sorry, my head is just spinning with genitival things happening in plurals. It seems very exciting. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
So what was your
When you say plural built off, you mean plural like that was its root, was the genitive or the possessive?
Yeah.
The same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding that.
Yeah. Okay, so what was your idea?
Well, because it was on the same topic of, thinking about how we're going to be getting the plural, and I was going to say to brainstorm and then let that be the poll where there's like 3 options for where we get the plural from.
Sure.
But if you like this genitive idea, then we should not make it a poll.
Yeah. And that'll need to be worked out, but gosh, we have 14 minutes. Did we start on time? Well, actually, we did kind of waste a lot of time. But I wanted to be clear that when I was talking about Bon Jovi, that was not a waste of time. Okay, that was important. Can't believe that.
Always. Always.
Have you seen the man? The man is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I want to point out that Jasmine says the genitive idea is too good to leave up to them.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Just gonna type out some things in English, so that I just get the idea down. Let's see. It's kind of weird for noses to possess thing. Let's just do awesome, right? And then we either have something like, of a possum or opossums.
Ooh, yay. Finished Motherland Season 1, and be ready. They're working on Season 2, so I'm excited. I have no idea when it will actually air, but I know they're working on it.
Yeah, probably next spring is my guess. But of course...
Yeah, probably same time. But yeah, with everything.
Yeah, you never know. Okay. So this is... this might need to be 2 separate ideas, because I don't know how this one works. This first idea is like... Oh my. Okay. Okay.
You just got very excited.
Okay. What if instead of a genitive it was a partitive? And you could actually use this partitive in object position when it was not definite.
Let's backtrack. Instead of genitive, we're going to have a partitive.
Yeah, basically the same thing, but just a little different. Okay.
And then partitive when it's... Say that again, because I think...
Okay.
When it's where we're going to use it.
When it is an object position, right, and it is indefinite, then you can use the partitive. Or you use the partitive.
Wow. I like it. We definitely need to type that down, though.
Yeah. Where's Ilona? Ilona, this should be very familiar to her because of Finnish. Okay. I'll type it here.
I guess I can join you back up there. I was staying in the historical notes section in case we needed more sound changes.
Yeah. Okay. Is used for indefinite object. Okay. And then it would just have a partitive. Oh my! Oh, this is too good. Okay, but all right, slow down.
All right, but if we do that one, then
Slow
we
down.
need to like obviously reassess this one.
What one? No. Okay, so
the one above it.
because then the partitive plural will just be the partitive of the first word, right? Super prefix or suffix, depending on how we do this, right?
Okay.
Okay. I think this can work. Okay.
And you would,
And so,
we would mark both ofs here. It'd be double marked.
yes, because
Okay.
it's partitive for each one, for the partitive plural. Okay, and then this takes care of singular and plural, nominative and partitive. Now, the big question is what happens to the dual? No, I think it just takes a suffix, right? It's not actually that big a deal. Yeah, opossum 2, opossum 2. Okay, wow. Tell me, are you liking this?
I like what I see here. I'm still like,
Because, like, I am so excited. Like, it's just through the roof. And
I am still a little bit behind on then how the plural comes into play. So is this suggesting that the plural
this is the plural.
is a prefix?
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be built off the genitive?
Okay, so when it comes to ordering, right, we need to actually talk about that. This is just doing it in an Englishy way to make sure that the semantics of it made sense. And I think they do.
Yeah.
Then we need to talk about
semantically, I'm fine. I'm just trying to figure out the connection with the plural.
Then we need to talk about the ordering, because if we end up with suffixes and we think it has to be suffixes, this could be a problem. The dual. So, geez, 353. Paul, do you think this is a good idea or a great idea? I don't want to let this sit a week because I might forget just how much I love it.
Okay, so what do you want to like actually type it up, put it into like put some sort of notes around it so that way we remember what this is, or do you want to actually like let's go ahead and create something real quick?
Source for of step 2, figure out ordering of and noun. Step 3, figure out ordering of possessor and possessee. Okay, we have to do that. That's what we need to do, and we need to do that in that order, because the source for of is going to give us a lot of this information.
Right. And we do need to do this, but this is also like very big things.
You're
and
right.
We could spend 45 minutes on two of these.
You're right. We can't.
So it's in the notes. We know, right? Like we know this is where we're going to go with it.
Yes. And it was like...
It should probably wait.
And it's like at 3:50. So if I ever forget, I can just go back and watch the video, and then I can see what I was excited about. In fact, here, more notes here. So, Finnish objects, Turkish objects. You know, think that. That's me talking to me there.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like,
No.
You told me notes, so I got my
No,
pen
no.
and I'm like, I'm
Those
ready.
were audio
And I didn't
notes
know what was
to
happening.
me. Audio notes to me.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. So then, okay. Tabled. I'm going to make it a color so that I know that we're coming back.
This is where we
that.
start
Yeah.
next week.
Just a little deeper. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we can spend the rest of our time figuring out what we're going to do for a poll.
Great question. Do we want to do one of the open ones where we let people suggest roots and modern forms and then vote? Because we do need a word for possum. And like that feels like a big thing
You're
that
right.
we could entrust our patrons with.
Yeah, and if we just do it, somebody's gonna not like it. Yeah, okay. Oh, and this is never a weekly poll, right? But we always need to let patrons decide what the equivalent of David and Jesse is going to be in this language.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be more open-ended. But we could do both of them at the same time. That might be fun.
We could.
Okay.
Last time we ran it you ran it in 2 weeks worth of votes, because the first vote was what the proto form and modern form should be to match as close as possible. And so because obviously there are different ways to approximate the names.
Yeah, in this case, I think that we're going to get pretty darn close, yeah? Wait, how do we
think so. Well, the J is going to be problematic a bit.
Again? You're right.
And the V is not going to be, there. So, it'll be close. It'll be the voice labial for it.
Dvid. I think that's what's going to happen. It'll be like it'll probably be Dvid. Dvid. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway,
that's funny.
That would be
Dvid. Oh my goodness. Wow. I kind of like that. Dvid. Okay, yeah, you're right. So you're probably right. 2 weeks. I'll do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a possum and that.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I think that's decided then. Oh my gosh, well, we have 3 minutes left.
Yes, we do. And also, by the way, Yuhan and Watson, yeah, you're absolutely right. The D is going to devoice at the end of a word. Dvid. Of course. I forgot about that.
Jake says, I love having a problematic, oh my gosh, having a problematic J.
Oh.
Ooh. Problematic. It's a thing. It's a thing. Look it up.
This is our middle grade detective series. You know.
The problematic.
Like Sassafras Sam's and the Conlang Kid, and then it's like the mystery of the problematic J.
Yes.
There
yes.
we go.
That has to happen now. Like fan fiction somewhere.
Okay. So yeah. Wow, we are actually done early.
And I want to fill the time, but I also don't want to start something new, because every time we do that, we're then going to run over by 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
there's that tension of.
And I really want to dig into that partitive.
I know you do.
Yeah.
What, just out of curiosity, just to kind of start talking about it without
Sure.
diving in, what
Good
are
idea.
some common sources for of?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is a verb, and a verb like to come, or something like that. And the thing is, if that's what's going to be happening, it is going to be a suffix.
Okay.
And
Yeah, because the SOV.
yeah, and so that's what's giving me pause, because that would mean it would have to come after the dual suffix.
Right.
And I
it
don't
really
know,
would.
Yeah, and I don't know why I just like always thought of that dual suffix as being super final.
That particular one, or the dual suffix, like in
No.
language in general?
No, just that one. Just that one.
Sorry, that just made me laugh a little bit. 'Cause you're like, I always thought of it as, and it's like we literally just came up with it today.
So,
But I've always thought of it.
so you know, Final Destination, the movies.
Yes.
There is, I think it was Final Destination 3. It had this commercial. I mean, I never saw it, but it was like, this guy had this line like, "I never thought I could see my own death before I died," and I'm looking like, what's the follow up to that? But it's like, well, guess I was wrong.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Who wrote that? Did you give any thought to it at all? Anyway, all right.
Okay, so what would a nominal source of be? Because if you don't want it to be
right,
it couldn't be a verbal source.
Child.
Oh,
nice. And in fact, yeah, let's go ahead and pull out this. I don't know what you even call this, like
substandard,
like a sample copy, or a teaser. Pull out
it is a teaser.
My teaser of the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization. Half.
Okay,
half
but you gotta
the
tell me
book,
what
a
to
third
look
of the
up for them.
authors.
What do I need to look up? In which appendix? In which?
Target. Target first, source second.
Mm-hmm. Are we looking for partitive? If
Yep.
you come from child.
Yep. See, I had it right in order. Ablative, in other words, which comes from child, and then a possessive, meaning alienable possession. But it's like then that. So then you look up those like alienable possessive and then ablative and see the sources for those.
Okay.
So for ablative, like come from, leave,
from.
very simple, very simple. And possessive.
Is ablative or benefactive, or
Give
home
property thing.
locative property recipient.
Do they not have thing anymore? Is thing not listed?
No. Oh wait, there it is. Thing.
Thank
It's the
goodness.
very
I thought
last
they
one.
changed their mind. Good Lord.
It was the last one. I'm sorry. I stopped reading at 6.
Sure.
One for every author of the book.
Okay. I think that we should probably, I mean, there aren't a lot of options here. I think we should take a look at child. So let's write that down as a note. Let's see. Now, if we did that, and we were doing it specifically because we wanted a prefix and not a suffix, then that gives us that order, right? So it'd be like, child mother would be the child of the mother, which is head initial. So this we could be heading towards a truly mixed headed language.
And I mean, these possums do like to overthink things and, really contemplate, and I feel like that they would do such a thing.
Okay.
It really doesn't go 100%. Don't try to follow it. I see it's not going to work, but this is where we say, use your words, David.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, I was trying to think of a good, like, possessy, nouny thing, to even formulate a reasonable example in my head. Table a child table. leg child table is what you would be saying. The leg of the table, leg child table is how that would work. It could just be our the languages we know interfering. We know that theoretically it should work, and we can review those examples for child
Yes.
at the beginning of next episode as a way to get us back into it.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. Also, I do want to say there's a suggestion that has been made many times. Smeller of spirits being the language's autonym. Smeller of spirits. Now, they wouldn't call the language that, though. Like, they may call themselves that metaphorically.
Yeah, so that's like a demonym, right?
What's that?
That's a demonym, or just another word for possums are using for themselves, yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
I think they were saying, like, that's what they would actually call the language.
I don't
But,
get
like, that wouldn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
Okay. So we have a place to start. We have poll, actually 2 polls.
Yeah.
And we know where we're starting next week.
Okay.
So I think we're good.
I
think it's a wrap for this week.
I think we are. And I don't know. I think we made some progress. I know we spun around a lot, but I think we made some progress. So I'm happy.
We have like 4 words. That's exciting. I think 5.
That's a lot. That's a lot for this stage.
That is a lot.
All right. Cool. Okay. Take us out.
And stay grammar.
Hooray!